Capanzana, thanks again for this very interesting presentation of what you're doing with the FNRI. If you have to recap on what are the three main issues you foresee or you see with school-age children in Philippines, what would that be?
Yeah, I think it's very important to look at the situation first and why they are like that. And as shown in the presentation, there are higher proportion of children, particularly the below 5, that are being stunted already. And when they enter the school, they seems to be not coming up with the appropriate nutrition situation, particularly the unstunting. And we see this is a chronic type of malnutrition where the nutrition requirement or status has not been appropriately addressed. And this is something that we should address uh, immediately if it can be addressed, because we believe that addressing stunting is should be on the formative stage, not when the children are in school. So stunting is one area that we need to look at. In nutrition education, not only with the children, but also with the parents is very important.
Mm-hmm.
If we will not be able to address this in the regular curriculum, there are ways by which we can integrate the nutrition education concept in the different subjects of the student. Like for example, in mathematics, they can come up with a module that will introduce the concept of nutrition. The other is in terms of the Philippine situation, because of the number of children going to school. They have to go to school very early in the morning, and sometimes they miss their breakfast,
Mm-hmm.
and then they will expect that they will be coming up with a good meal in school. That's why the newly enacted law in the Philippines prescribe the mandatory feeding program among school children. This is to address hopefully stunting, but basically hunger,
Mm-hmm.
such that they will be having a good health and prevent the absenteeism and everything. As you can see in the presentation, there's much in terms of opportunity, in terms of the growth, and we lost about what, how much is due to repeat education of the children. About 70, I can't remember, but it's a billion of pesos that are lost in
Mm-hmm.
2030
Mm-hmm.
just due to stunting among school age children.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when they are stunted, they seems to be not performing well, and the tendency is to be absent and become sick. So if we put the cost on this, it among those
Yeah.
affected, it's so much million of pesos
Mm-hmm.
can be lost
Yeah.
due to the repeat uh, repetition of student in school.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Um, you mentioned that there will be a new, or the new national survey, nutritional survey is actually starting this year and will be completed in 2020. So from your experience and from this new educational program or new policy that are now in place, what will be your expectation in 2020, and where do you see also that effort should continue to promote, let's say, better nutrition and health for the children?
We are very positive in terms of the outcome of the nutrition survey, particularly in 2018, which we will report in 2019, uh, unto the 2020, that there will be a improvement in terms of the proportion of children, stunted children. Since we have campaigned since 2015, actually we started our advocacy in the malnutrition reduction program in 2010. So by the time, given the integrated program on nutrition, by the time we have the data on 2020 and even 2022, we see that there is significant improvement in the proportion of students that are stunted.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot for this complimentary information and for this, let's say, encouraging word for the future of Philippines. Thank
I
you.
think it's a great honor to be part of this discussion and sharing the different practices that we have in the Philippines, either with the government and other government agency and with the private sectors and international partners. I think that's the way to go. Government alone cannot solve the problem.